The presentation, What Happens When a Person Receiving Social Security Disability Insurance SSDI Goes to Work, is for professionals who work with people with disabilities. It is presented by Granite State Independent Living's Financial Planning and Benefit Services. Special rules when a person goes to work. There are special rules to make it possible for people with disabilities receiving SSDI and or SSI to work and still receive monthly payments in Medicare and or Medicaid. These rules are called work incentives. Please note that this presentation will focus solely on SSDI work rules. There is a separate presentation on SSI work rules. Please note that if you are working with a client who receives both SSDI and SSI, you need to look at their SSDI cash benefit first before looking at their SSI cash benefit, as their SSDI will affect how much SSI they can receive. What are some of the SSDI work rules a person who goes to work can use? There is the trial work period, the extended period of eligibility, substantial gainful activity, cessation and grace period months, impairment-related work expenses, which can also be used in the SSI program, subsidy and special conditions, unsuccessful work attempt, expedited reinstatement, extended period of Medicare coverage. Please know that if a person is self-employed, there are different work rules. What is the trial work period? The trial work period is a time when a person can test the ability to work. A person can work and have unlimited wages for 9 months without worrying about losing their SSDI cash benefit. The trial work period months can be, but don't have to be, consecutive. They don't have to be 1 month after another. A person uses a trial work period month anytime they earn over $770 gross per month in the year 2014. A person only gets 1 trial work period per entitlement. If a person is self-employed, please see the self-employment section. What is the extended period of eligibility? The extended period of eligibility begins the month after the trial work period ends. It is 36 consecutive months. It ends after 3 years, no matter if a person is working or not. Okay. At this time, Social Security is no longer looking at the $770 gross per month. They are looking at substantial gainful activity, which in 2014 is $1,070 gross per month, or $1,800 gross per month if the individual has a disability of blindness. The first month a person achieves substantial gainful activity may be considered a cessation month. This means that Social Security has determined that the person is earning over $1,070. Now, if you're working with a client, please let them know that Social Security is looking for a pattern. Okay? So it's not necessarily just 1 month over. They're looking for them earning near or above all the time of the $1,070. After the cessation month, a person gets 2 grace period months. Okay? For these 3 months, the person can receive their SSDI cash benefit. Now, only Social Security can make the decision if a cessation occurs or not. After a cessation decision is made, a person's SSDI cash benefit will be paid for any month they earn below substantial gainful activity during the EPE. So if a person has a cessation and their check stops, any month they are under SGA, they are eligible to receive their cash benefit for that month. What is substantial gainful activity SGA? Social Security, once a person's trial work period is over, will look at a person's countable wages to see if they would be considered to be SGA. A person can keep their full cash benefit as long as the work they're doing is not considered to be SGA. To help decide when earnings would be SGA or not, Social Security uses a guideline. Again, in 2014, that is $1,070 gross per month, and if the person has a disability of blindness, it is $1,800 gross per month. If a person is self-employed, please see the self-employment presentation. Now, when Social Security is looking at SGA, they look at more than just a person's earnings. They look at the value of a person's work, subsidy and special conditions. They look at how long a person was able to earn more than SGA, unsuccessful work attempt, and whether or not special work incentives can be used to lower the amount of earned income they cap. Impairment-related work expenses. Basically, if a person's countable earned income is consistently above the SGA guideline, their work will probably be considered SGA. If a person's countable income is consistently below the SGA guideline, their work is unlikely to be considered SGA. But again, only Social Security can make the decision if a person has a cessation or not. What are impairment-related work expenses? IRWs allow a person to deduct the cost of items and services that are needed for them to work. The cost of these work-related expenses are deducted from their gross wages. IRWs reduce the total countable income that is used when Social Security is deciding if a person is over the SGA amount. The cost must be paid by the person and not reimbursable by another source. This includes Medicaid, Medicare, any insurance, any other person. It has to be paid out of pocket by the person who is working. For more information on IRWs, please see the separate presentation. What is a subsidy and special condition? When deciding if a person's work is SGA or not, Social Security is only interested in wages that represent the real value of the work performed. Support may be provided by a person's employer that may result in them receiving more pay than the actual value of the services performed. Social Security calls this a subsidy. In addition, a person may receive support provided by someone other than their employer, for example, a vocational rehabilitation agency. As a result of this support, they may be receiving more money than the actual value of the services performed. They call this type of support special conditions. Social Security may reduce the amount of income they count by the value of the subsidy and or special conditions received when deciding if a person's earning SGA or not. A good example of a special condition is a job coach. Okay, a example of a subsidy that a client might receive is that they may receive more breaks than another person who's working the same job and receiving the same amount of pay. Social Security is going to take away how much break they have more than the other person to lower their countable earnings. What is unsuccessful work attempt? When Social Security is looking to see if a person is earning over SGA or not, they will check to see if the person had what they call an unsuccessful work attempt. An unsuccessful work attempt is when a person tries to earn above SGA but stopped working or reduced their earnings below the SGA level after a short time, 6 months or less, because of their disability or removal of special conditions related to their disability that was essential to the further performance of their work. The person had to leave because some special condition was removed or because of their disability. It can't be because they just decided to stop working or reduce their earnings because they didn't want to lose their cash benefit. If Social Security decides that the work was an unsuccessful work attempt, then they will not consider the person's earnings to be SGA. This work incentive can only be used if a person did not already use the cessation month and grace period. So Social Security will look at unsuccessful work attempt when they are making a cessation decision. What is Expediting Reinstatement? If a person is concerned that they will lose their benefits after they get terminated from SSDI because of their earnings, and there will be no way for them to get back on SSDI if they stop working or their earnings fall below the SGA level of that year, please reassure your clients that there is a protection even after they get terminated from SSDI. Expedited reinstatement is a quick way to get benefits back if a person has stopped receiving benefits due to work, and then they find themselves not earning the SGA level anymore. EXR provides a 5-year safety net, starting with the month in which the benefits were terminated due to work. So they have 60 months from the time they get terminated in which they can file for EXR. With EXR, a person can get up to 6 months of provisional benefits with Social Security's checking to see if a person still meets the disability requirements. Basically, with EXR, a person, instead of filing a new initial application with Social Security, is using their old application with the same disability information as their way to get back on their Social Security benefits. Okay? It has to be because of the same disability. And while Social Security is making the decision that the person still meets the definition of disability, they can get paid during that time. Once the request is approved, a person can start receiving SSDI benefits again, or continue to receive their SSDI cash benefit. Once a person receives 24 months of their cash benefit again, they will be eligible for the work rules of the trial work period, extended period of eligibility, and cessation and grace period. So if a person files for EXR after 24 months of receiving their cash benefit, they will receive all new work rules again. It will be a second entitlement, so they are allowed. What is the extended period of Medicare coverage? Okay. If a person is concerned that they will lose their Medicare once their cash benefits stop, please assure them that this is not the case. The average minimum that a person will continue to receive their Medicare is at least 93 consecutive months after the trial work period ends. In many cases, it's much longer. The extended period of Medicare coverage is reliant upon when a person had a cessation decision made. It's also depending if they are receiving an SSDI cash benefit or not. Okay. Only Social Security can make the determination of when their Medicare would end if they get terminated from SSDI and no longer receive a benefit. For more information on Medicare, please see the separate presentation. Want more information? Here's how you can get more information. You can view the rest of the videos to learn more. You can contact Granite State Independent Living for assistance. Financial Planning and Benefit Services phone number is 877-809-7028. The website is www.gsil.org, and the Financial Planning and Benefit Services email is benefits@gsil.org. Visit New Hampshire's Work Incentive Resource Center for more resources at www.nhwirc.org. You can contact the Social Security Administration and New Hampshire's Department of Health and Human Services for more details. Social Security's website is www.ssa.gov. The Department of Health and Human Services website is www.dhhs.state.nh.us. If you're connected with an area agency, mental health center, or vocational rehabilitation, you can contact them for more information and assistance.